pick up with Emily. This one was called Threads of Tradition. I believe it was going to be showing different timelines of tapestries and fabrics. It's just not done. Like, I could see the logo, the Threads of Tradition here. Maybe make the of smaller and let Threads and Tradition like carry the weight of it. I like the whole mandala flower behind it. I think that's working. The brochure itself, the shape is really ambitious. Like, I would have loved to have just seen it finished versus like the dummy copy and have it actually placed in a real mock-up. All right, moving on. The ocean and human nature, what fills the vastness. So here's the little graphic, and let's start with the logo itself. I mean, the vector is getting there. The type itself is a little dated. What you could do is maybe try to work the ocean and human nature over here, like maybe in a rectangle that's even weight with the helmet, I believe that is. Update the type, maybe a sans serif. So you could do like the ocean and large ampersand human nature, and then this what fills the vastness could be kind of like sub copy on it. Same thing here, your layout or the way that you're showing what it would look like in the museum is actually the strongest points. So you can see how you would like interact with it. I would just like would have liked to have seen it be a little bit more interactive. See, even the type here, this is like a sans serif all bold typeface with rounded serifs on the edge. Like that could have been your primary font or something. Okay. So this is on the artwork of Rockwell, very famous painter in art history. I think this was just one that wasn't finished as well. Yeah, I can't really give any feedback on it because there's nothing to give feedback on. This is just the beginning stages with no artwork that was submitted as far as I can tell. I mean, maybe your file's down here somewhere, but I don't think so. So we'll move on. All right, postmarked. The art and revival of writing letters. I thought this was beautiful. One of my friends actually did a master's exhibition with me, and she had a very similar concept for her own work. It was all displayed on the human body, like lettering and such, but very similar, like quill style lettering and things like that. So I really appreciate kind of seeing this. Very clean. Love the reinvention of how you use typewriter as the font. I know that's not exactly typewriter, but it's pretty close. The texture here with the handwriting calligraphy in the background is really, really helping to hold the whole thing together. Yeah, I would love to see it. Like, it looks like it could be a real functional exhibition with how you really went through the mock-ups and everything. Savannah. This one was super cute. Let's do the link for her because I think there's some things that might be missing.
Welcome to Cat's Kingdom, a history on how our feline friends have affected various cultures from around the world. For centuries, humans have had a close connection to cats in various contexts. This exhibit will focus on the various impacts, connections, and influence felines have had on countries from around the world. For the narrative literature document, it will summarize the information that is shown throughout the exhibit. Additionally, if the museum showcase has deepened an individual's appreciation for our furry friends, resources to various humane societies and animal foundations will be listed as a resource as well. The cover of the document is similar to the logo of the exhibit. Similar color palette, simple, and easy to digest. I did want to include a small creative element that made the brochure visually interesting while being able to stand freely with a flat bottom. I did not want to simply arrange the exhibit with a flat wall. Since the museum is oriented towards young adolescents to adults, the space should have some movement to attract attention and guide the viewers through the space. The exhibit is informational, but includes various artworks and sculptures from various time periods. Since the topic touches on a few different countries, I thought it best to have freestanding walls dedicated to each region. The logo and identity design for this exhibit was to be simple, but again, somewhat fun and quirky to guide cat lovers and non-cat lovers alike. The visual element of the logo was to be a cat, obviously, so I experimented with the visual element arcing into a letter C. I visualized different placements to see what orientation best fit with the lettering in the primary and secondary icons, and ultimately decided to go on the second design. The color palette was to be incredibly simple, only including 1 to 2 colors that contrasted well and stood out. The second brochure sketch is what became the final product. I decided to make the inside a little more simplistic with less illustrative elements, but still including some. The previous design felt a bit cluttered and busy, so this was the reason for the change. Finally, the final environmental result is similar to the previous idea, with the only exception being that the walls are not freestanding. This design choice allows for more to be displayed in each given area while still maintaining the need to walk and move through the museum's exhibit. The front of the exhibit had its brochure stand for people to grab as they start their walk through the room. The back wall will showcase various paintings from several eras as a part of the final showcase.
I can't go back through any of it. Overall, I thought it was amazing trying to give feedback on individual pieces, but I don't think I can click through it. I'll just try to remember. No, I think it was awesome. Very, like, the simplicity of how you incorporate it with the orange is awesome. I love the cat. I love how the cat's going sideways, because they're crazy. I mean, they're doing crazy things all night. And I absolutely love the branding. I thought you did, like, an amazing job on that. There was a few more in there. Let's get to that. Okay, Stevens. All right. No. Let's start with the visual identity. So I made some interesting patterns. Sense of emotion. I love the illustration that you came up with for this. This would be a totally awesome sticker. So I believe this was like the science behind how we hear, smell, and touch, like different parts of our body. Let's see where to start on this. So the exhibit, what it would look like. The brochure. Pretty cool how you have like the cutout and the brain inside of it. But the logo itself was awesome. Normally I'd say don't center text, but it kind of works here. And I love the aspect of interaction, like how they can draw what they're feeling. Yeah, really nice job overall. All the illustrations, everything just vibes really well. Another really, really good one. Okay, last up is our street art one. I don't think there's any audio on this one. Street art's come a long way from its early roots in graffiti. It's called street art, I believe. Okay, I think this is your brochure. Where can I go back to? I think that's going to be your walkthrough. I believe this would be the walkthrough when you're going to go into the museum. This might be one of the sides of the brochure. I mean, I think the vibe is definitely there. But it's tough though, because for a brochure it still needs to be informational. So what I would do is I would use this typeface for all of the text that's like matters for readability and have everything be flush left. And maybe where there's specific words that you want to show off a little bit more, like maybe do like expressing themselves, have that look like this word art, or like pull out some words in the copy that could be like crazier, but then you want to still have it be informative. Definitely hide your guides. I think this is just part of the research, but then at the beginning you can see your guides here from your InDesign from the screenshot. You want to hide those. I would get a little bit more expressive with the intro stuff. You have like these kind of like relaxing vectors here, but you could definitely like get in there with a splatter brush, put some graffiti on one of the buildings, like really kind of break it up. But other than that, I think your most successful probably was this part, like your intro to, my guess is this is your intro to the walkthrough. All right. Thank you guys for a great class. I hope you all enjoyed it, and have a great break, and maybe I will see you again. Thanks so much.